Hi there, how's it going? Vim is not minimal. What do I mean? Well, Vim is a not minimal thing. There's no way that it can be thought of as minimal except in the very basic, the most basic strawman-y kind of minimal that there is. Okay, when you open a file in Vim, maybe it loads just about instantly, but it's not by any means like, it's not like it's just Vim that's loading. Vim is auto-loading a bunch of scripts, typically it loads your vimrc last of all. Before that, it loads a bunch of stuff in user share, Vim runtime, and those sorts of directories. There's plugins. It has to detect the file type, so there's a plugin for that, for detecting the file type. Then it figures out what the file type is, loads another built-in plugin to do the syntax highlighting for that type. I mean, unless you have syntax highlighting turned off, in which case I guess that's a little bit more minimal. But just compare that to something like Nano, where I guess there are some of those things, but it's much more limited. There's not actually a whole language that can do anything you could want to do with a scripting language built into the editor, like there is with Vim and with Emacs. That's another thing. Emacs people like to say, oh, we have org mode, we have a GUI, we have all this stuff, we have eLisp, the good language that Emacs is technically just an interpreter for. And like, yeah, you do, but Vim has Vim Script, and just because you eLisp people do not like the syntax of Vim Script doesn't mean it's not a real language. I don't like the syntax of Python. That doesn't mean Python isn't a real language. That just means that I don't like it or understand it. It's the same thing for anything, really. Like, you can't just call it inferior because you don't like it. That's dumb. What you can do is you can make actual accurate claims about it based on facts that you know and logic. I don't know why I'm trying to specify the type of logic with a multi-word adjective there. But the case take the case as it is. Vim does run in the terminal, so I guess it's a minimal hacker editor thing, whatever. But it is not actually a minimal application. Even the original VI probably isn't a minimal application. Maybe the version of VI that's included in like BusyBox or something, because that's pretty small. BusyBox is tiny, and it's got like everything in it. Like, you can make an init system for BusyBox. There's actually an article linked at the top of their website. It's pretty cool. Check out BusyBox init. It's like Run It but smaller. Anyway, what am I saying? You can just... Vim is not minimal. I think I've said that enough, and I don't know how to say it anymore, except with facts and logic, and my facts and logic aren't orienting themselves. Also, say hi to the dog. Hi, doggo. Yeah. It's a good editor. I like using it. But again, people like using Emacs too. Doesn't mean Emacs is minimal or Emacs is feature complete. It's still just a text editor, and if you wanted to live in Emacs, you could replace everything in your OS with Emacs. DistroTube has done this. If I wanted to, I could probably live inside Vim. I've been doing a little bit of research into... Well, I mean, you can literally just open a full screen terminal window in NeoVim. So like, therefore, anything that runs in a terminal including browsers, can run inside NeoVim. I use eLinks, by the way. It's a fantastic text browser. Sure, it hasn't been updated in several years, but it's like with Runit. It's feature complete, it works, it does everything you need it to do, and there are no terrible, horrible, awful, life-crushing bugs or security holes in it. It just works. It doesn't need updates because it's perfect as it is. Okay, I shouldn't say that. eLinks is not perfect. It doesn't have Vim bindings built in. You have to like figure out how to add those yourselves. But I should do another video on eLinks because it's a fantastic browser, but I'm not going to do that right now. And instead I will just say Vim's not minimal. You will see me in the next one. Goodbye.